This Tuesday tip is all about self-care. Being a foster parent is an exhausting journey. You're emotionally exhausted, you're physically exhausted, you physically feel like you have no time to do anything but care for these children. I know many wives feel like their houses are in complete shambles because they just physically don't have the time to do all the things they need to do around the house because these wonderful foster children just chew up so much of our physical time and emotional time. You can't pour from an empty cup. So I have a cup here, and if you notice, we can't pour anything out of it because as you're giving all of those things that you need to give to your children, you are draining your cup. And at some point in time, you have to refill this cup. And I know that's difficult because you're probably saying at this moment, I can't even clean my house. How in the world can I refill myself? How can I go take time? And it is important for you, and it's also important for your foster children because your foster children need you to be at a full cup. They need you to be emotionally filled. They need you to be spiritually filled. They need the best of you. And if your cup is empty, you can't give them the best, no matter how hard you try. And so you need to take some time and recharge. That looks different for everybody. For me, it's get on my bike and ride 20 miles. And I know that probably sounds exhausting to some people, but for me, that's energizing. Getting on my bike, looking at nature and riding, letting the wind blow through my hair, that is recharging for me. My wife, she sits down with a good book, curls up in a corner on the couch and just reads, and nobody bothers her, and she is just in pure bliss. For others of you, it'd simply be take a nap. May want to take a walk, or may go do yoga, or a host of other things that you may want to do. It may be something as simple as going to the park with just your bio children and spending time with your bio children, which will recharge you. So everybody's going to be recharged in different ways. So you say, well, but Brian, I don't have any time to begin with. How in the world am I going to squeeze this in? Well, this is where it becomes critical to have your support network. If you're lucky enough to have parents nearby that could watch your children for an hour or two, again, they may have to do some things. They may have to go get a background check or some things of that nature. In our state, there's a thing called prudent parenting. And as long as you go take all the classes in prudent parenting, then you're able to allow your parents to watch your foster children for a short period of time without having to jump through any hoops. Or find another foster parent, make sure you're connecting with them and say, hey, look, I'll take your kids for 3 or 4 hours and next week, if you'll take my kids for 3 or 4 hours, work with your network to figure out how do you carve some time for self-care. Every single day, you keep pouring out of your cup, and eventually you got to pour back into it. And so get creative, find ways, make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Because again, if you don't take care of yourself, there is no way that you're going to be able to take care of the kids in care the way they deserve to be taken care of. And they need that from you. They need that more than anything else. That's this week's Tuesday tip. We'll look forward to seeing you next week.